and both would equally be acceptable up here. I'm going to go ahead and make a motion because of how I perceived the workshop of Jeff Odenettle to replace Kinley on the council.
I have a motion. Is there a second? And the motion fails.
Okay, Mr. Mayor, I would like to make a motion to confirm Jeanette Clement to replace Kinley on the city council.
Is there a second? Hearing none, then
Mr. Mayor, could I ask the council now, when you have two excellent candidates, why they could explain to the city why they're going to cost us thousands of dollars for an election?
Mr. Mayor, you have a third candidate, and you can nominate that third candidate. And I respectfully ask you to do so.
Could you explain first why you
Not
wouldn't
necessarily.
vote on these two? I think they deserve to know.
I will.
I would love for you to tell us.
Jeanette ran a hard campaign, but I feel that she hasn't had governmental experience. Maybe I read her application wrong, but she's also involved in several present jobs or activities. And this council takes a lot of time even with the committees. She's a very good candidate, but I believe that she needs to get on something like planning and zoning and learn for a couple of years, and she'll at least have some background and stuff that she can bring to this. I'm sure she has education and et cetera, but with being on 9 present things, and I don't know how much they meet, but I would prefer that she'd have a little more experience. With Jeff, he was a very good candidate, and I appreciate him coming back and running again. He is now on the Planning Commission. I've checked with some of the Planning Commission members. He's doing a very good job. Well, both of them are intelligent, but he's coming up with very good ideas there. And I'd like to see him stay on there until the next election, and then both of them can run again.
Mr. Mayor, thank you, Ms. Martine, but I find it very insulting that you would do a litmus test. When I came onto the council, I had never been on any committee in Bel Aire. I think it's totally up to these two individuals to decide if they have the time. I think that you guys, and I want to publicly say, are totally being unfair and holding these two candidates to a higher standard that everyone doesn't hold you guys to.
Well, that's your opinion,
I'm sorry,
ma'am.
and I want that publicly said. I am so disappointed.
with that, just like to say, you know, our policy provides that the mayor gets to make the appointment, and then it's up to the council to ratify. I did choose these two. We did have a third candidate. I was just made aware seconds ago that one of my voicemails was misinterpreted by another person who was interested. You know, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why I put these two good people up is because I wanted to follow the direction of the citizens. 3 of you made it perfectly clear that's not an option. My number one priority, however, is this city and selling land and being a legal city council. That's my first concern, serve this community that I serve. So we do have 2 options. One is I can direct the staff to bring a resolution to the next meeting that we would have a general election and let the public decide. Or a second option is I would entertain a motion, again, because I want us to be a legal city council, and I don't want anything to stand in the way of us selling land and moving forward, of either Diane Wynn or Dr. Kevis Harding. Both individuals are fine individuals here in this community. I know both of them. Throughout this process, and I've been on the council when other mayors have been able to appoint. And Ken Lee didn't have 1 minute of electable service when he was appointed. So.
And they respected the mayor.
They did. So those are the options.
How about we put in another, how about we
Mr. Mayor,
throw out any
I
name?
believe that we're limited to the 3 applicants who filled out written letters and resumes. I don't think we can add anyone else after the fact. And having said that, then I make a motion for you to nominate Diane Nguyen for the vacant seat. And my reasons for that is she's a 44-year resident of Bel Aire. She has run her own business successfully and has been a volunteer in many, many organizations over the years. Now, we have 2 excellent candidates here. The unfortunate thing that they have run into is, my opinion, is that they're up against a superior candidate, and I have to vote as I see fit.
Mr. Mayor, I do believe you will discourage anybody that's not at least my age from running if we don't look at these 2 candidates who are here, by the way.
A motion has been made. Do we have
No,
a
there's
second?
no, you
Yes,
said you
he
wanted
did.
him to make the motion.
No, I don't want him to make
Yeah, make the
the
motion.
motion.
Well, you
Are
did
they
ask
all-
the question about only being the 3rd candidate. The fact that, again, my voicemail was misinterpreted, and I didn't mean to do that, and I probably should have followed up with him. Again, our concern is having a legal city council. We do have the option of letting the people decide as well.
I think that's what. we
That's a
should
very
do.
expensive operation. That's a county, that's a city election run by the county commission, in charge of elections.
And he voted down 2 candidates that received over 400 votes collectively.
And are in the audience tonight. Are they allowed to speak, Mr. Mayor?
Not at this point, I don't think so. So again, I would, but you did ask the question, I know you made the motion saying, can we put up a 3rd? At this point, Diane Nguyen was not on the agenda, so if you guys want to consider Kevin Harding, he also was not on the agenda.
No,
But I
the-
would,
the point-
that's why I said that I would entertain a motion for either of those 2, or to let the public decide.
The point that I was making, Mr. Mayor, is you have 3 written applications, and they had to be in within a 45-day period. That has been done so. Mr. Harding, unfortunately, did not submit a written application. If he did, I haven't seen it. I haven't been shown anything like that. So I'll just do it again, Mr. Mayor. I make a motion for Diane Nguyen to fill the vacant seat.
Second.
I don't think he can make that motion. I think it has to come from you to tell us.
How does that work? Since I said that I would entertain that motion, we're okay, right?
I think you're using that motion in lieu of a standard form of appointment. So at the conclusion of this motion, then you've accepted a name for appointment. Then you can put the name forward for appointment if it passes, and then there can be a decision to ratify or not to ratify. That would be my best guess.
Can we do that tonight, though, so?
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Yes.
This is my 4th time through this, unfortunately. And I just want to publicly say that I am very sorry that I feel like you have been disrespected in the choices that you put forth. 3 other times I served on this council. 3 other times the mayor brought 1 person to us, and 3 other times we confirmed it. I want that said.
I would not bring candidates I didn't feel were qualified.
I
But I would like
appreciate
to,
your wisdom, Mr. Mayor.
would like to ask maybe Councilmember Becker, since you spoke with Mr. Harding, if you wanted to respond to Mr. McDonald.
I would say, I don't know if we're supposed to talk about anything that was said in executive session?
Executive session was attorney-client. If any of you speak about it, you violate the protection of attorney-client. Under state law, if there is someone to be appointed to an appointive non-employment position, those discussions must occur in open meeting. So if you want to discuss anything about a particular appointee, you can do that.
I would just say that I think we should probably stick to the people who have submitted written material for all of us to review. And any unfortunate misunderstandings, or we're going to have to take those to let bygones be bygones. So that's all I want to say about that. I'll share more with you later for your own information. But do we have a motion on the floor now?
We do.
Motion is for the mayor to nominate Diane Nguyen, and we have to vote on that yet. We have a
I
motion
got
and a
it. I
second.
second.
We have a motion and a second. I would ask the mayor to call for a vote.
Is there any more discussion?
I just would appreciate, I would rather vote on even though our policy says we continue this process until it's filled, if possible, and if you don't bring somebody forward, the council president can do that. That's what's in our policy, and it's been used before. But I would, out of respect for the mayor, I'd rather that you made that.
Okay. Well, we have a first and a second for me to bring Diane Nguyen forward. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'm abstaining.
Okay. So the motion, with that, again, because of what was explained to us, I want to make sure we have a legal counsel.
Mr. Mayor, can I ask, when would we have this on the ballot? When would we have the election? Do we know?
Because
Okay.
the state statute, I think, requires
What
that it
did she
be.
vote? You voted yes?
Yes.
So it passed?
Well, for you guys to have him bring it up.
And he
We're
agreed- and he
requesting
agreed
that
to
the
do
mayor
that.
do that, is the way I understand that, out of respect for the mayor.
Yes. I agree.
Okay.
So,
Well, there, out of respect for the mayor, he already had two candidates.
again, and I want to thank the two who are here. I don't think you two deserved this. I think either one of you two would have been a fine candidate.
Yep.
And, but the three up here have decided. Diane Nguyen did apply. Diane Nguyen is a good person. I like her. Had we not just had an election 6 months ago where the citizens spoke, Diane absolutely would have been a strong person to consider. Absolutely. So, yeah, I would entertain that. So am I officially nominating her then?
Looks like it's for you to say if you are, and if you are officially nominating her, then you ask the council to ratify.
What I would do with that, to go along with what was, before, where, it said that the mayor should bring one candidate. I brought two, thinking there'd be some choices for you guys. With that being said, given the fact that Dr. Kevis Harding is interested, I will go ahead and nominate he and Diane Nguyen, just as I did with Jeanette and Jeff earlier.
It's a motion to ratify the selection.
Okay. We need a motion to ratify that selection? Is what-
Motion to ratify whichever one you select.
Okay. Mr. Mayor, I make a motion to select Diane Nguyen to fill the vacant seat on the Bel Aire City Council.
I'll second.
We have a first and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We will welcome Diane to the city council.
Mr. Mayor, may I say something?
I think I want to,
Little eye on that.
Yes.
let's have a motion to adjourn.
Yes, I make that motion.
Is there a second? Any other further business come before council? We have a motion for,
I thought she wanted to ask
He
a
doesn't
question.
want to talk.
let's, I think we've discussed enough here tonight.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned.